Okay. The Boys, season 4, episode 7, The Insider.
They faked me out with this Christmas special shit. I'm like, we have a Christmas special in the summertime? Interesting.
It's Christmas in July.
In July. Well, no, literally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, because he had a panic attack, it's just like, why can't he ever just stand firm in his position?
Yeah. Here's my question.
So much wishy-washy shit.
Is Huey's aware that there's something fucking up Butcher, right?
She should by now, yeah.
Is Huey the only one that's aware of that? And even if so, my question is, how in the world is Butcher more fit considering he's fucked up?
Yeah,
and MM only had a panic attack.
Thank you. MM had a fucking panic attack, and now he's not fit to be in the field. This man has a massive tumor on his brain. We've already seen him pass out in the season already, multiple times.
Yeah.
What in the actual fuck are y'all talking about?
Yeah.
What are y'all talking about? This was a nice trade-off, though. Yeah, you know, I almost genocided all the soups, so I guess I'll just break Frenchie out of prison. And if Valerie had that kind of pull, why didn't we just do that in the first place? Why did he sit there that long?
Because he had to atone for his prior sins.
Why didn't we do it anyway?
I don't know.
You know, a weird lover's quarrel here. That's not a lover's quarrel. They're going to be everything to each other except for lovers.
Facts. All right, here's...
If you literally don't talk, then you just lose the ability to talk?
No, she murdered the girl without any sound. And so when she was finally allowed to speak...
She couldn't speak what God said. You kill somebody without speaking, so now you ain't ever going to speak again.
No, it was
the rising sun god?
It was out of remembrance for the girl she killed.
No, that's not what she said.
She did not say that.
That's not what she said. She said, I held my voice so long that it just went away. Again, so your voice is just a use it or you lose it type of thing? We need a healthcare professional. Sounds like horse shit.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really read. But maybe...
Especially if you've made it to this point in life speaking normally. Like, if you've been speaking all the way up into entering Rising Sun, then, you know.
You know, they say some people still speak like what they were when they experienced trauma. Maybe because she experienced trauma while not speaking, that's who she is now. So she reverts to the trauma by not speaking.
Maybe that's why she doesn't talk. I think the explanation was why I can't talk.
Yeah,
is what was given.
I'm trying to give them something.
Yeah, we just reaching.
I'm definitely reaching.
Fingertips.
Yes.
Thought it was going to be a much more, intricate reason. There was the testing. It's due to my powers. Something.
I kill women, or I killed girls and
silently. So now I'm silent for the rest of my life. Yeah. Because it's like, right when I'm feeling like real bad, then it's like, oh, deep. I love you.
Yeah, it definitely dragged on.
Also, how much sense does this make? They were just sitting on the bed together. And she was having no problems breathing. None whatsoever. He smashes her out of her tank, and within 10 seconds, immediately she's dying. What? So freshly out of water, die immediately. Laying, chilling on the bed, just probably suckered deep. We're good. We're good.
Makes sense. Makes perfect sense.
And these are scenes that are happening right after another. The last scene that we saw with Deep, he got a text from Sage and was running away from the octopus, put it back in the tank. The next scene that we see from Deep, he's smashing the tank and she's dying instantly. What?
Yeah, bro, that makes sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
Makes perfect sense.
And it doesn't make sense because you're writing it. Because you're putting this into the show. 1 minute she's able to sit out of the water just fine, chilling, talking. The next minute she's dying almost instantly.
Yeah.
He just closed the closet door. He ain't turned up no heat. He didn't leave her in there for the whole day. Do we feel like Newman's headed for some sort of hero arc, redemption, or is she going to double down?
She did at least express sympathy for Huey's dad.
What that ain't got the shit to do with what she getting ready to me. You mean to tell me that Anthony Snarr is being accused of bullying this woman out of Hollywood, and y'all thought it was a good idea to put it in the fucking show, having a Maeve journal thrown at that time?
Well, I mean, I don't...
They had to have been shooting this right off the heels of whatever happened between her because she's not in the season.
Sure.
So whatever happened, they had to have been right off the heels of that while they're shooting this.
Yeah.
And then to come on, man, come on.
That's crazy.
Like, what do we do? Are you taunting her? Are you taunting him? Are you trying to take a stance for her in the show while you're literally still paying the man? What are we doing? Or am I reading too much into it? I just thought it was really weird.
Would she just look up to Queen Maeve, maybe? And so maybe she just had.
But you got to think about the irony.
No,
right?
it
is. That's strong.
Yeah.
That's strong. So strong that it feels like it was almost impossible for it not to be purposeful.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Crazy, though.
But yeah, to the whole, oh, well, I knew the whole time and I was just feeding them. That is convenient plot armor.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't establish that. She was fucking busy lobotomizing herself.
Wait, didn't she have a conversation with A-Train?
She did play coy to him about the leak, but that was towards the end where A-Train pretty much knew that they suspected him.
Yeah, okay.
Right? Like that wasn't when they killed Cameron.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, so you telling me when y'all killed Cameron Cole, even though you just called it an unfortunate speed bump, so something that you didn't want to do, you knew that it was actually A-Train and you went along with it anyway?
Yeah, I mean,
and that's the smartest one. Like, again, we're not inventing. We're not bringing in outside sources that wouldn't have normally been together, but I'm smart enough to, align their interests to make them work with me. Nothing hyper intelligent. It is just high school click shit. Clicky bullshit.
Something that they can link Cameron to later on that we didn't even see, and they had to get him out of the way.
I absolutely hate when shows do that. And they're like, we knew it all along. Like, prove it. She proved that she knew what was going on with Marvin and them earlier on in the season because she walked them right into a trap.
Yeah.
She hasn't done that since episode 2.
Yeah.
Prove it. In direction, right?
Sure.
He won him over, or Homelander won him over by telling him, do what you want. Like, don't let anybody control you. Where you're going to be who you want to be, and you're going to do what you want to do. Then he gets busy. Somebody telling him to do something he don't want to do, something he don't feel is right, and his dad told him to just suck it up.
Yeah, but then Butcher gives him a Christmas gift, and all of a sudden,
did that not go the same thing with Butcher? Butcher was being a dick to him, trying to muscle him out. He revolted and he went towards Homelander. Butcher eased up and start being, a little bit more genuine with the kid, and he starts floating back towards Butcher.
That's kind of my point.
Both had a opportunity to kind of win over Ryan with their humility. Homelander tried it. Butcher tried it. Butcher's been more successful, and Butcher has more recently humanized himself with Ryan, as opposed to the most recent interaction with his father being that of shut up and do what I want you to do.
That's all fair, but I feel like we've had an entire season with this kid, and there's been absolutely no real development because he keeps going back and forth.
I think this is the final trajectory of the arc here.
I hope so.
We don't have enough time. Yeah, we don't have enough time for him to go another turn. So,
but then on top of that, the last time I seen him, we didn't see him for a whole episode. Last episode. So then last time I saw him was with Homelander.
Yeah, again, that's
great.
That's sort of that middle part that they're missing. They're not paying attention to the story because they want to argue about abortion and January 6th,
and web slinging.
Yeah,
weaving.
They're not putting the middle into the character development. They're not showing us how a lot of this stuff is happening. It's just happening because that's where we need to go in the story.
If we take out a tiny bit of the shock value,
we would be paying attention a little bit more to the movie, or to the show, to the story, and then it wouldn't just feel like things are just kind of appearing out of thin air.
Unless the shock value works with the plot, then in that case, fine, whatever.
But see, they don't even use it to do shock deaths anymore. Like, big characters don't die on the show anymore.
Right.
They have their favorites. They're protected by the plot. And they're not going anywhere. So most of the time, when you have the big showy, expositions in these shows, it's only for shock value because it's not happening to somebody who matters anymore.
Yeah, That's why people in the comments talking about, well, there's always been shock since the first scene. It's just like, well, yeah, but that had a point.
My problem I have is how easily this shapeshifter navigated around their house, got her costume, found that, knew the combination to the fucking safe. Where did you get that?
That was crazy.
Where did you get that?
Yeah.
Does she get the person's memories when she shapeshifts? That could be it. That could be it. But the fact that she slid into Annie's life so seamlessly and it didn't raise any suspicion to Huey, a person who was just chasing a fucking shapeshifter today. Like, this is what tipped it off to me, is when all this fucking laughing and giggling and shit, taking her draw. Like, okay, Annie may get freaky, but she do it off camera. We've never seen this.
Right.
Never seen her act like this.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, she's usually innocent Annie, and yeah, nah, this was a little
And even
crazy,
if
man.
she not, they're not just showing it to us like this.
Right.
My question is, did Huey just get this shapeshifter pregnant?
Yeah, I hope not.
You can't kill me, Huey. I'm carrying your baby.
Which is insane. Is the shapeshifter normally just a fat white guy?
I don't know.
Because that's how
That
we were
was the
introduced
first
to him.
guy, right? Yeah, but we don't know if that was actually him.
Yeah. Yeah, and then she gets into the safe. She does the eye thing.
Steals the hard drives. Yep.
Yeah. So, any thoughts on how it ends and what we're going to lead into with the season finale?
Well, obviously Newman's going to be the next target. I would have to imagine. They're going to have to hawk down Samir too, because that's going to be their only leverage to keep Newman from popping their heads on sight.
Yeah.
Going to have to track him down. The kidnapping arc again. This makes sense. This was perfect execution.
Yep.
You drop the breadcrumb in the beginning and let that lead you all the way back to the loaf.
Yeah.
Because then it makes sense. It's a tight-knit story. Not just, hey, things were this way the entirety of the show, but now we want them to end up this way, so it happens.
So a slight return to form on this episode for you. Return to form a little bit.
Yeah, overall wasn't as horrible of an episode. You know, Marvin wasn't embarrassed to the umpteenth degree. But I think there was still some issues, or there's still some issues that persist throughout the plot this season that just probably won't get fixed.
Yeah.
Until we have an opportunity to readdress it in season 5. Couple things with Newman. There is a potential, redemption arc in there for her. I think Homelander is going to see himself kind of isolated, oddly, because now his top confidant is got to be what, Deep, or Firecracker. And that's not exactly a most inspiring group.
You don't fuck with Firecracker like that.
She found a way to call somebody else uppity.
Right.
Like, y'all, they really love that in there.
You know, she called her uppity twice.
She was talking about A-Train. In this episode, when she said it, she called A-Train uppity.
Oh, did she? Okay.
He was crying. He was in there crying about A-Train. He was like, "Some people are just uppity.
Oh, okay.
Like it must be like a fetish to them or some shit. We just gotta keep making anti-black jokes, cause yeah.
Seems to be a theme for the season.
I don't understand why we keep circling the wagon on that. But anyways, be interested to see how they pull it all together here. I would like to see them, straighten up just a bit. Now that Ryan has made his choice, and it seems like he's drawn a line in the sand, they do have some more ammunition to fight Homelander. So we'll see how that goes. I think when it's all said and done, Homelander will still be alive.
Oh, for sure.
But not in the position. He won't be in the position of power that he was at the end of this season.
Absolutely.
There'll be a lot more opposition to him because he's going to tip his hand a bit, I think, in the season finale to let people know that he's behind some of the fever that's been growing in the country.
And he's been wanting to lead them to
Exactly.
prison camps and
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. But give us your thoughts on this week's episode. This is episode 7, The Insider. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Come back next week for the season finale of The Boys.
Absolutely. And make sure you check out our playlist full of The Boys reviews. We also have a playlist of Gen V reviews. Make sure you check that out. And make sure you subscribe. We will be bringing you the season finale of The Boys next week.
Peace.